Oh, g'day guys. We're just going to start with a preview for the Hobart Harness meeting on Friday afternoon. We can see we've got a 1:57 start, so pretty similar to last week re the times. Not exactly sure of the initiative, but I don't mind it from a punting perspective. Do get a bit more liquidity in the pools, which is never a bad thing, so it enables you to play things like exotics and that type of thing. So 8 races. Doing this, it's about 9 o'clock Thursday morning, so might be a couple of scratchings, but I'll probably put it up as soon as just after opening markets go up, so not entirely sure whether that'll be later tonight or early in the morning. So anyway, we'll kick off into it. The first, not a great deal of exposed form here for the 3 CO to C1s. Pop and Duke on exposed forms, definitely the top pick. Does have gate speed. Do have a couple of first starters from good stables. Shaw's Last Hand for Tony Peterson and hashtag finally for Banker Heenan. Trial forms fair for both of them. Shaw's Last Hand, I did note, led from barrier 5 in his last trial, so obviously he's got a bit of speed. Miss Superbia is honest. It's if buts and maybe was okay the other day. Tyrrell's Delight was pretty average on debut, but she's pretty sure she's a half. No, not a half. I think she's a full sister to Pachacuti. Tyrrell's Array, I think, was the dam of Patch. So anyway, but Pop and Duke's the one that I sort of lean to. Mark Yowell having his first drive on, he does have a good record with catch drives, and the one thing Mark's exceptionally good at is getting horses out of the gate. And I think if Pop and Duke leads, he tends to, his best race by a mile was when he was up on the speed and hit the fence. So just not sure if he crosses a 3, but if he does, he is the one to beat. Last run wasn't as bad as it looked. He hung in badly, and so forgive the 11th of 12. The second, actually, I'm not going to have a look at a couple of his last runs. Right, so Pop and Duke. So you can see, first up 3 runs ago, he went around at $91 behind Mornings. Draws the top of the track here. You can see he's got a bit of gate speed. Goes a little bit rough. You see he's got a bit of speed. Here's Miss Superbia, who's in the race again. And Morning's kicking through on the inside. So that's the last lap. So you can see he's death seated all the way, and he's sort of hanging and everything. Once he hits the fence, his gait improves, and Mornings thinks he's won 5 on the trot, so $91 this day. You got a couple of handy horses here, like Miss Superbia's got good honest form, and can't think of the retro horse. Invest, is it? Yeah, so you can see there that beating the rest comfortably. Next start ran 3rd. Beaten a fair way, but was best to the run-on horses. And as I might just point out last time,
2 laps
probably the one thing we'll take into account, he drew barrier 2, so you can see he does have a bit of gate speed. Obviously he doesn't lead on this occasion, but you can see the 2 occasions he drew 7, the other one, and barrier 2 here, so he's got a bit of speed. And if we go to the last lap, he's won 1 here in the middle. This race is a lot deeper than the one he's taking on tomorrow night. So if we just, you can see here, he sort of doesn't get not the most tractable between horses there. So yeah, not as bad as it looked, as I said. Yeah, so in a pretty thin race, got him on top anyway. So the second for the young bloods, heat 3 for the junior drivers. Top picks will be 22 Carat and Mornings. The early leads obviously very important with them. Imagine 22 Carat holds up, and if she does, then they're one to beat. It's been pretty brave in defeat at a past 2. Streetside Classics, super honest. He's just allergic to winning. I'm going to get the right type of run. Real Diamond has his detractors, but it's not his price how much he sold for. But he was actually pretty good at Devonport. And Crafty Boy, there's a couple of versions of him. He galloped out at Devonport and went okay. And Witchmaster's one who's always produces a run occasionally, but his last 2 runs have actually been quite good. So just from my perspective, I can see a bit of speed on here. Generally is in these junior drivers races. So I'm going to take a punt on Witchmaster. Should be copying double figure odds about him. So as I mentioned, his last 2 runs have been good. We might actually go and have a look at them. I actually don't like too much later on, so I'll spend a bit of time the first couple in the videos. Right, so Witchmaster, if we just have a look at his last couple. This over the mile he drew.
Roughly there is Witchmaster. It's galloping Witchmaster. It's going to miss the kick.
We'll just go back.
It's almost out of business before the green light. Witchmaster. It's galloping Witchmaster. It's going to miss the kick.
So you can see he misses it like about 40 metres or so. Like he's not in the picture. We'll just wait till he comes in just so you get a grasp of how far he missed the start by it. You know, so he's at least 40 metres behind the leader, even not in the picture. So, and he'll sneak up. Here he comes. So he's last on the outside, and he doesn't take the short way home despite missing the start. You know, so you just look, I like the way he just keeps finding the line here. Well, he doesn't have great speed, but he does run home well. Follows, if it's good speed, he'll just keep coming and coming. You know, as pointed out, like he's missed the start, he's got every reason to lay down, but he just keeps coming all the way. You know, and he got sent out at, so he was $7.50 that day, and he got sent out about $26 last time in a Miracle Marcus. Like Miracle Marcus would be near favourite in this race. So
2 laps.
So he's out of the draw, so he drew outside the second row, and they absolutely, like Miracle Marcus gets gifted the front here, and they walk early. So you can see he takes off, he was last, pulled out from last, leading the 3 wide line. And a number of his opposition are actually in this race. So you've got Streetside Classic, who's following him, 3 deep with cover. Trying to think who else is in the race. There's about 3 or 4 in this race. And you can see he's charged down the back straight, sort of, and he hits a brick wall about the 100-metre mark. So, but he's gone better than all these horses behind him, even though a couple beat him home by about a metre. So you can see there, he's only just hit the wall now, and a couple of these Streetside Classic out wide. Yeah, so plenty to like about both of those. And as we point out, there's some chance there's going to be a bit of speed on here with 22 Carat, Real Diamond, Mornings. So if there's any tempo on, if we get sort of double figure odds, more the place than the win. So, and Connor Crook's actually, as I say, probably definitely the most successful resume of any of the junior drivers. So not losing anything there. A little bit of a worry, obviously, he does have his issues scoring up sometimes, but the second row's not really no real issue for him. He's got 0 gate speed in if he drew the front row. So yeah, happy to have something, say 1x3 Which Master in race 2. The third for in the claimers, mobile claimer. Speed map's interesting. I'm Barney Rubble. It's been that long since he's seen the front row on a mobile. We almost forget how much gate speed he does. He does have a bit. Another swinger flies out. I'd imagine he crosses and leads. Jack's Command's been tough and looks well graded here. You imagine he sits outside another swinger and Barney probably lobs 1-1. If that's the case, you'd imagine one of those trio will win the race. Perfect Mac was okay first up in Tassie, and awkward draw for 14A, but well graded. Probably Jack's Command if forced to pick one, but claimers, they generally go around without me. The trot from the mobile, which narrows it out even more. Just the class runners are drawn 4 and 5. Like Redison, he's been huge his past couple in defeat, galloping out from stands, and all over the stars since joining Rowan Hillier's just been a bit of a revelation. If this was a stand start, these horses would be giving like 20 metre start to the others. So from the mobile, you'd think they fight it out. Just imagine Redison's going to be better odds. So forced to pick one, be happy to back Redison. Hopefully he does everything right. So the fifth, Miracle Marcus, as we put in that replay, when we Which Master replay, he got gifted the front and bolted in last time. Does have good speed if things pan out for him. It's not the strongest race in the world. You've got Invest, Good Feelings, and Bristabella's the other one. Like, she won a pretty moderate race last time, but could have won by 50 metres if they wanted to. Does have manner issues, but you'd imagine Miracle Marcus or Bristabella we winning. Invest generally never far away, does need things made to order, and Good Feelings may improve a little. Its form's tapered off, but definitely was competitive in better races than this 6 months ago, and young horses can mix their form a tad when they race that often. Obviously some get a bit stale, for lack of a better description. The sixth, next heat for the junior drivers, bit of speed here. Northview Dave, he's tight-lipped. Frankie Falzoni. If Kudarox leads, I think there's no betting. But with the speed inside, I'm just not sure he'll get there. Go GG. His best race in ages at Devonport. Did get beaten a fair way, but he's also another one well graded on his best form. So I think we come back to Frankie Falzoni, Kudarox, Go GG. I'd have Kuda on top, but price dependent. See, look, the old horses don't like handing up to anything that's not wearing the same colours, even in junior drivers races. And Northview Dave's really got the speed to hold up, so be interested to see what does happen. So just a bit worried about the speed map. I'd probably go something each way, Go GG in the sixth. The seventh, Loreto Torpedo, past 3 runs, been super. You know what you're going to get. You'll push forward at some stage and park outside them. I'd imagine he's the one leads. Might run a cheeky race if they walk. Did lead from 7 at Launceston. Actually, it's 2 starts ago now. And they ran good time. So in the mobile, so 2 dead. Like they. So very good gate speed. Like he crossed some pretty quick horses inside him. Like I Am Awesome, we're just ready to fire. I think what else was drawn in the middle there. So, yeah, no, I think he'll be leading. If you probably should hand up to Laredo Torpedo. I'm not sure he would. If you thought he'd hand up, he'd be a great place bet. Rocket and Runner, and just a filthy draw. And if you drew anywhere else, you'd give him a legit chance of toppling Laredo Torpedo. It's just hard to see from the map. If he goes forward and Warchest gets crossed, you might finish sort of 3 or 4 back the poles. But if he eases off at the start to trail Monarch Mac, he's probably going to be, 1 by 4 and have to run his last half out 3 and 4 wide in 56. So I just think there'd be another day for him. Yeah, so, but probably go 6, 8, 4, and Poker Storm always runs home when he gets the right run. So in getting back into easier grade. The 8th is the last, so we've got a 20 past 6 finish. So got the speed here. Stylish Trend does have a bit of gate speed, but generally hands up to stablemates. Just not sure we'll hand up to a non-stablemate here, so it'd be interesting to see what happens. Albazin, pretty one pace, but if he managed to find the front off Stylish Trend, he just keep rocking and take plenty of running down. Secluded Beach, I think it was a better win than it looked first up in Tassie. Really struggled to get round corners, hung on every corner and knuckled down in the straight. So feeling Dusty's first up, definitely the class runner. He's really good horse at his top. Trials haven't been sensational, but he's not that type of horse. He's a bit of a grinder, so he's never going to smash anything. But then you got Lake Air, who's back to old form and ready to fire. If the races run to suit, is always dangerous. Feeling Dusty's the one I'm leaning to. Just think he's got a class edge on them. Secluded Beach, I think, will go better than his first up win. Like, he only just beat I Am Awesome last time, but I think he's the logical danger. Yeah, so, but I do think Dusty, backing him is another issue because you're not entirely sure where he's at, but it all comes down to price, I suppose. Yeah, so later on in the card, last 2 races I'm not keen at all. Probably have something each way. Go GG, only small, so more. I think they might go quickly early. He might be the fresh one late. In the 5th, I don't think Miracle Marcus and Bristabella will fight it out, so maybe take the Quinella with those two. 4 and 5 in the trot. I think they've got a pretty clear class edge. So, but here's the issue with both of them. They're both ODM for a reason. But one of them will win if you're taking... That's not a League of the Quaddie. The Claimer, I think Jack's Command will win, but Barney does map to get a pretty good run. Just a bit concerned the way another swinger's finished off when he's led his past few. He's been better from behind. So virtually the two I'm probably leaning to the most are in the first 2 races in the Greg Scott stablemates, in the form of Pop and Duke in race 1. I think if he leads, he'll win. Not entirely sure if he can get the front off Shaw's last hand, but as we saw from that replay, and if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world. So happy to be on Pop and Duke. And the best value in race 2, number 11, Witchmaster. So, yeah, probably, as I mentioned, back in 1 by 3. And hopefully we've got plenty by about 20 to 4 on Friday Arvo. Because there's not much to chase if we don't get a result early. So, yeah, but anyway, guys, I might wrap it up there. So, try and keep it short and sweet. So, hopefully Greg Scott does the business for us and at least one of the 2 get home. 2 would be lovely. So, we'll leave it there. So, until next time, we'll catch you then. Cheers.